Welcome in the ring, folks, to each and every one of you. Wherever you're joining us from tonight, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Share that live for us. Smash that emoji button, and we're ringing. Smash the emoji button, and we're ringing that bell one time for you. I'll pull it back even a little bit. Happy to have all of you folks on the live tonight. How y'all doing? I'm ready for be swearing in. Good to see you, Deborah Clark, Manila Garnett. Not just vex some people. Eva, I'm ready for be swearing in. Who vex? Folks, we got some events coming up. We got the campaign launch on the 6th of July. You better prepare to be there. Prepare to be there and dare to prepare. Please and thank you. And we also have, folks, the nomination day on the 14th. Plan to be there. Who vex? That's what I'm telling you. Who vex? Plan to be there, good folks. Plan to be there. Plan to be there. It's going to be grand. It's going to be big. I'm going to be there. Of course, it's going to be big. Please and thank you. Good to have all of you joining us tonight from the many places you all are joining us from. At home here in Guyana, some nook and cranny, and also in the diaspora. Eva, good to see you there. Audrey Brown, good to see you there. Pace and power, boots on the ground. We're back in down, folks. A word from the sponsors.
Time to remove the
Guyana, this is it, the launch of the APNU Coalition campaign on Sunday, July 6th on the Square of the Revolution from 4 p.m. Come meet our candidates. Come out and hear about our people-centered development strategy that puts people first. Come hear from our Prime Ministerial candidate, Jurita Fernandez, our presidential candidate, Aubrey C. Norton, and others. On Sunday, July 6th from 4 p.m., the Square of the Revolution will vibrate with a people-powered campaign. APNU, putting people first.
We ready, time to remove the curse. I'm feeling it
now. Pace and power, folks. Pace and power. You ready to remove the cup? You know what you gotta do. You know what you gotta do. A word from our sponsors. Please and thank you. Share the damn live. Smash that emoji button. You ready to remove the cup? You better hashtag it. Good to have all of you on the live tonight. Nima Flu Best MP, good to have you on the live. And Mansell Reed and Brian Lewis, good to have you. Sean Mohan and Joy Dotson, good to see you there. Rena Gwinnett, y'all ready to remove it? You better get set. Make sure your name on the list. Make sure you got ID card. Your boots done clean. Folks, are ready? Ready. Good to have you, Natasha Rista, Rena Marks, and all the other folks joining us tonight. We are happy and delighted that all of you could be here with us this evening, folks. Pace and power, Roxanne Odessa, Rena, Lester, Terrence, Michelle. Good to have all of you joining us tonight. Why don't we start with the opener? Good folks, the opener. Pull it back a little bit. Pull it back. Good evening, folks. Trust you guys have had a good Monday and now Tuesday, folks. Hope you had a fantastic Tuesday. I tell you all, don't nobody steal your joy. Don't let them come wrong you funny. You all tell me, I'm ready for them. I set for them. I set for some of them. Don't let Dominic come wrong you all funny. Please and thank you. Don't let do it. Here's where he's starting, folks. Tonight, the opener. How y'all doing now? I hope it's good. Nothing less will do. Share the live. Smash that emoji button. Good folks, and let me go down. Rang a dang. Paul Slow always got a fantastic idea or two. I'd love to hear him explain police issues. Folks, that case about Baby Skello and the charge and the remand and so on isn't sitting well with former senior policemen like Paul Slow. Paul Slow retired from the Guyana Police Force. He was the Assistant Commissioner of Police. That's the rank he had. You understand these issues? Take a look. Take a listen. The opener.
Should Magistrate Judy Latchman face disciplinary action from the Judicial Service Commission? Retired Assistant Police Commissioner Paul Slow said that there was the argument that the quality of legal representation afforded local artist Daniel Wharton, called Baby Skello, may have something to do with the refusal of bail. The magistrate presiding at the Diamonds Magistrate Court had remanded Wharton to prison until July 1.
When she refused bail, the magistrate is implying that he's likely to continue to commit the offense. But she said she's probably thinking that he's likely to continue to commit the offense. She's probably thinking he's not likely to return to court. he is not likely to return to court for if he's granted bail, that is likely to interfere with the witnesses.
He said that the fact that the High Court granted bail in the sum of $45,000 speaks a lot. The suggestion is that the magistrate overreached.
The fact that the High Court granted Baby Skello bail, $45,000 in representation by Dr. Todd and Mr. Lamy, I think it was. Basically, it's saying, as we have come to see, that the magistrate should $45,000 bail. The magistrate should have never ever refused bail in the first case. And now that she has done that, the question is going to be asked: is she subject to any form of disciplinary action?
He said that the Judicial Service Commission had acted against the magistrate in the past.
The last person that I recall the Judicial Service Commission took action against and dismissed from the magistracy was Gita Chandaniya. Are the lawyers who have complained publicly that the action was excessive and therefore unprofessional, are they going to make a complaint to the Judicial Service Commission for disciplinary action to be taken against her? Because basically what they're saying, that the magistrate may have brought the judiciary and the whole justice system into disrepute.
Pace and power, folks. Welcome back. Pace and power. Insightful look. And insightful look. You know, we got to harmonize these laws. You can't get one thing for somebody, okay? One thing for somebody, but so it might not even be the magistrate's fault. And we got a lot of work to do. And you all know this installed regime. They've been skylacking. How have you folks been doing? You better clean off your boots. Clean off your boots. Boots on the ground, folks. 'Tis the time. We need all hands on deck. First order of business is ensuring others get the valid, credible information as well. That's why we tell you folks to share the damn live, smash that emoji button, and let me go down the road. Who vex? You know, who vex? We in it to win it. Ready for the swearing in? How are you looking there? Are you ready for the swearing in, folks? You all ready to remove the cup? You better be ready. You gotta wake up ready. You ready to remove the cup? We ain't wasting no time, folks. Pace and power and pace. You ready?
We ready, time to remove the cup.
Guyana, this is it, the launch of the APNU Coalition Campaign on Sunday, July 6th on the Square of the Revolution from 4 p.m. Come meet our candidates. Come out and hear about our people-centered development strategy that puts people first. Come hear from our Prime Ministerial candidate, Jurita Fernandez, our presidential candidate, Aubrey C. Norton, and others. On Sunday, July 6th from 4 p.m., the Square of the Revolution will vibrate with a people-powered campaign. APNU, putting people first.
We ready, time to remove the cup. I'm feeling it now.
If you all see me backstage after I finish sniffing my heel, you all see my age there? Ready for remove the cup. Ready, folks? You all ready? You all ready? I ready? I'm born ready. Talking about cup removal. I there. Yvette, Dolly, Tracy Clark, who beside driving baby self? Siobhan, Maxine, Godfrey Clark, folks, share the live. Smash that emoji button, please and thank you. We got a couple things we want to share with you, lovely folks. A couple, not plenty. Not plenty. It's little enough-ish. Good to have each and every one of you on the live. 'Tis this season, folks. Yesterday, you all know, may or may not know, we were in Baracara. You got to see this country, folks. You got to see this country. Please and thank you. We got some beautiful people in this country. It's a beautiful place to inhabit, a beautiful place to live, to visit. Say me honestly, no walking home. Walking home, this drudgery on the people you got it done. You don't even have a little fiscal space in that salary there for a little trip someplace. We can change that. You are ready to remove the cup? Yeah? Ready? Folks, good evening. Don't let anybody steal your joy. That's what I want to tell you. Don't let anybody steal your joy. We got a lot of things pending. A lot of things trending. And quite a few things pending. And that's why we were off yesterday, because we were in Barcara. You know, I was looking in Barcara. I ain't seen no Spanish. I saw a lot of people in Barcara, folks, lovely folks, beautiful folks. And then we had the presidential candidate for APNU Coalition and the prime ministerial candidate, Mr. Aubrey Norton and Rita Fernandez, respectively, together for the first time on the campaign trail, folks, hitting the ground very hard. The people at Barcara was very receptive. They're fed up. They're ready to remove the cop in Barcara. Don't come around with funny. Don't do it. Don't do it. But let me come in, folks. Let me come in hot. We coming in hot. We coming in hot. We coming in hot. Hot, hot, hot. We coming in from the US. We flying in. We flying in. Trump, they're trying to contain Trump. Can they do it? Can they do it? Trump, like, oh, I bumped today. So what? I was hearing the nonsense Dominic the talking. You know, Trump, what did, you know, what he? Today came close. Right? I don't curse like that. Right? I like listening to people curse, especially people who curse with rhythm, you know. It's like they're born to curse. Right? I just run them. So this person upset me. You try with them. Rent a curse board. See, I bring in employment for some people, you know. Single-handedly, rent a curse board. Take off on this one. Dominic Trump, the Supreme Court in the US of A, they're trying to limit, you know, how Trump deported migrants, especially to countries that the migrants aren't from. So I'm from Guyana, but he sent me to Guatemala. You want to upturn the electoral system and the politics in Guatemala. No? You know, bad like any jungle they drop me and I come out leading the pack. Any jungle. Good folks, any jungle. Share the life, they're trying to contain Trump. Can they do it? Can they do it? Should they do it? How you all doing? How is the weekend? How is Monday? You know, joining us, we were in Barcara. We say anybody who joined late got to share the live, got to smash the emoji button, and got to partner with us too. You know, you got to come to class right there. Consequences if you don't. How you all doing? You're looking so beautiful tonight. Dear, you know, looking all beautiful. Good to have you all on the live tonight. You know, may the Lord be with Trump and the Americans. May the Lord be with them. Every day something. You know, I'm happy for the Americans. Beautiful country. Very progressive. Very advanced. I love it for that. You know, we too backward. We too backward in this place. And all the places we visit, oh, we can implement a little thing incrementally, and bring us up to a kind of standard. Please and thank you. It wasn't to be, folks. Alas, alas, alas. It was not to be or not to be. Tis the question. Tis the question. We there. Some good news today, folks. Ring the bell one time. Share the live for Coretta. Coretta McDonald has been elevated, elected from General Secretary of the Ghana Teachers Union. Pay some power to the presidency of the Ghana Teachers Union. Coretta has done well. The folks have supported her vision there for the Ghana Teachers Union. She got a fantastic team. You know, congrats too for the people who didn't make it. You know, Coretta has been at this thing a little while, you know, at elections and so on. She didn't make it the first time. She try again. And so something is that stick-to-itiveness. Stick-to-itiveness. So you guys keep trying. Those who did not make it, it's not the end of the world. Keep trying. Some of you all young and unionism too. You got time on your side. Keep trying. But I don't want to take anything away from my sister, from another mother. Coretta McDonald, she did it. President now of the Ghana Teachers Union, a powerful union, a very active union, always on the forefront, you know, on teachers' issues, teachers' interests, advancing that in the nation's interest, because if a teacher is nice, right, then our children, they're real nice too. And we're happy about that. You know, every advancement augurs well for our teachers. I see the Guyana Public Service Union try to do something there, and, you know, big signing and thing and that thing online and photo up and so on. And now they're begging the government to implement the wage increases that were agreed. There are no PPP. You know, they hear a long time too, the GPSU. They hear a long time too, like they wake up in the slumber and they forget who the PPP is. You know, who they be, who they are. But congrats to the Guyana Teachers Union. Big win for Coretta McDonald and all the other persons who succeeded today at the poll. Congrats to you folks. Serve well. Serve well. Continue to serve well. I know they've been doing it, and they will continue to do it. We're looking up to y'all. We're looking to y'all Please and thank you. I want to come back in the profession now. Many years ago. I said, head in this business. Some of y'all think I happen. No. I got my little things, I only behave, bastard sometime. But when I start, took and came. You can't hold me, You can't hold me when I start. So I want to say congrats to all the teachers holding up this standard across this country. Yeah, thank you. I am always grateful for the people who spend time with me, teaching me to read when I was 25. When I was 5, and so on. Teaching me. I love that. I've come to appreciate, being able to read and analyze. Those people who spend time and know the science of it, you get away by BT. The science of it, it worked. It works. Look where I started up here now. Suit and tie. Who knew? Mandy Cummins, Jackie Cameron. Who knew? Pace and power, molding the nation's children. Thank you to all our teachers. I saw during the protracted strike of the Ghana Teachers Union, where Mark Light lost the presidency. It's true nothing, You can't go and negotiate in secret and so on. Right? You got to hold ahead. That's what thing the revolution, That's what scuttled the revolution. You had Kofi had said to people, everybody want to lead. Everybody want to be president. Liberation leader. Everybody want to lead the struggle. Nobody want to follow. And that's what the thing will fail, Right? That's what the revolution going to be aborted. Right? Some we got humble ourselves. Please and thank you. All right. That being said, congrats. I hear they got a whole big tally and San Street can block off and big fat. So you got to celebrate. You got to win. You got to celebrate your wins in this life. You wait for people to celebrate you. You have problems. You wait for people to tell you problems. So again, congrats. I think that's really good news. I think that's really good news for the night end. I think that's really good news for the night end. Oh, Jesus. Yes, now for send the center. Yes, now to send the center for give you a clean out. I saw Dominic Gaskin today declaring that we done lose the election. Well, I read it as you done win the election. I said, thank you, Dominic. We done lose the election. What foolishness is this? As Paris said, what fool thing this here now? Some people just know when to crawl out, Just know when to crawl out. Look, David Arthur Granger got his faults. All of we got his faults. All of us. But my God, Granger ran out yesterday. He came out, said a couple of things yesterday. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Respect and manners. The cross ran out today. Like the same for drummed out Granger. He ran out today. This is calculated, Folks, let me tell you all something. If you are too young to understand and appreciate, you might tell me yet. Let me help you. There's no coincidences in politics. None. Right? Roslyn, Asher, Wilma Grant, Mandy, there are no coincidences in politics. I saw Robin, the beautiful Robin, said some good words about me today. You ask my wife. My wife would dispute all that. Dispute. The girl from 28. Yeovil. 28, yeah. She dispute all of that. You see, depends on who you ask. Depends on, but we all got ways, We all got ways, but my God, I could understand if you had a government and you had to deal with somebody like Dominic. Sweet Jesus have mercy. Dominic come out today to say we done lose. Already. Oh, somebody ring the bell for me. Ring it. We done lose already. But I got to tell Dominic a couple things, as I said earlier on Facebook. And I want the Ghana Standard to write. I noticed Ghana Standard start good, I think they got some decent folks over in the Ghana standard, but I see the dung, they come out with a slant. I hope I'm wrong. They come out with a slant. Right? It was Daniel and then what the other fella name? Sandy and then Dominic now. You understand? And then I see the poking fun at Granger. Yeah, come on to the slant. All right. If that's how we can do it. If that's how we can paint it. You see, once I know who I'm dealing with, you know how to operate, you know. You know how to operate. I don't lose friends ordinarily like that. I find people's strength. I work with them. You know, I never fix their weaknesses. I circle them. I circle around them. I understand each rate. I know how to operate. I put on the right clothing. Some people can wear shirt and tie and so on. Meeting some other people, you got to get on your Kevlar. You know, your big helmet and so on, your bulletproof. Please and thank you. Once you understand the individual and the territory, you know how to operate. This Dominic, oh, Father of mercy. Dominic. How you solve a problem? Like Dominic? How? You tell me how. How? By telling you all. I ain't buying what Dominic's saying. I'm buying what Dominic's selling. I didn't buy it when he was Minister of Business, and I'm buying it now. Because he's selling it well. I'm buying it. Give me a break. I'm buying it. I ain't giving it for free. I want it. I want it. Let me tell you all something. Dominic don't have the balls for politics. He ain't got it. And where is testicular fortitude? It's supposed to be. It's got space. Space. He take the easy way out. And then talking about failure. Here's the failure. He had a choice between his British citizenship and serving the Guyanese people. You know the choice he made. You know the choice he made on the fat salary and did zero. I repeat, I want Dominic Gaskin to publish in same Ghana standard what he did for this country, how he represented his government as Minister of Business. He talks about everything else except his tenure as Minister of Business. I want to see the SOPs on his tenure as Minister of Business. That's what I want. I want to see the spreadsheet on that, on his accomplishments as the Minister of Business. Let me tell you about Dominic. Dominic could talk, other people could talk too. He is a failure. And I hope the standard write it how I said it. I noticed Dominic from afar off in the Alliance for Change. He used to wear a little diamond stud and so on. He looked to me progressive, right? As though he had some progressive ideas you could work with and advance the Granger government. So when they asked me if I want to serve, I said yes. Link me with Dominic because he looked progressive, but he's a fake and a fraud. He is a fake and a fraud. A fake and a fraud. He ain't progressive. He was not. He was not. Dominic undermined his government. I'm convinced of it. Never implemented the strategic vision of the Granger-led administration for the Ministry of Business. Never. I sat with him there. Goes into budget meetings. What are we working with? Yeah, you get a plan, you know, from HQ. What are you working with? Somebody can say, oh, we still trying with this this industrial site in Latem. Oh, something someplace, and then he going through nothing to add. Nothing to add. So when I ask what are his accomplishments of the Minister of Business, I know what I'm talking about. If the APNU government failed, it was because of Dominic Gaskin undermining the government. Let him show us his SOPs as minister. Let him show us that. And then I could hear somebody saying, well, he's going to come and say, well, I didn't get too much guidance. But you're bright for the wrong things. You're bright for the wrong things. Any jungle, you drop me and I coming out leading the pack. No cross can lead me. I coming out leading the pack. But like I tell you, I will fight Dominic out. I said for some of them, you know, he is a wimp and he is spineless. Failed as minister. Let him show us his track record. You was a whole minister for how many years? What did you done? What have you done? Who did you empower as minister of business? Huh? Show me a portion of the Guyanese people that you touched as minister. Waste time. Waste time. Waste time. And he is talking about who failed the Guyanese people and electoral fraud. Listen to me. Let us prove it in court. Don't let us dwell on conjecture. Let us prove it in court. And this government, they've been trying to prove fraud in court for the last 5 years. Where are we in that? For the last 5 years, Dominic. That is an indictment on you and the foolishness that you're talking. You all said you all had these mountain of evidence. All of this fraud, electoral fraud. How come we got one conviction yet? By comparison with the US, you have had tons of convictions from those folks trying to overturn the will of the people, whatever year it was. Huh? So much so people were pardoned. We can't get one conviction yet. I am going to put it around our neck to fetch it, and y'all can't even prove it in court. So don't come wrong with funny. You know, we are encompassed by so many issues on a daily basis. I know that some of you might forget some of them. You had a case that was brought by the then folks in opposition, the PPP. While they were in opposition, you all remember the Holiday case? When the Chief Justice asked Anil if he got the evidence, she told him some of the things he wanted to prove in this case, rigging in particular. She said this thing would need an election petition, you know. He said, no, I got the evidence, Chief Justice. The news report said several times she asked him, you sure you want to proceed with this case? He said, yeah, I got the evidence. Mind you, Holiday was his driver who was a family member who brought this case. The man is dead now under very suspicious circumstances with the evidence that he had. Pim. Right? But before his untimely demise, the Chief Justice asked AG several times, you sure you want to bring this thing, Anil? Anil, your name calling. The day before the Chief Justice was to hand down that judgment, he withdrew the case, in which he had all the evidence of rigging. Dominic, don't come wrong with funny. Don't come wrong with funny. And don't talk no nonsense about the whole Guyana Sea. And in the whole Guyana Sea, and y'all got all this evidence, how come y'all can't prove nothing in court till now? Under y'all government, where y'all managing the system. How come? So don't talk half and left half. 5 years later, we're going into another election. G come and fix yet. With all the recommendations from the stakeholders, you can't prove one case of fraud yet in the court 5 years later. And that's who problem is. My own? Huh? We man the justice system. What nonsense you talking, Dominic? But I understand. Dominic. Right? We buying, we selling. I understand where we're coming from. When family problems get into politics, it's a toxic mix. Right? It's a toxic mix. It's a fatal cocktail you're talking about there. Here was Dominic Gaskin, Minister of Business. I know Dominic had his name, son-in-law the president, and some book he write 15 years ago, 50 years ago, nobody never read. That was the qualification. By the time Dominic was minister, I already had a first degree in law. already had a first degree in law. He was minister, and the only thing he got in name is that he was the son-in-law of the sitting president. That is what Dominic had his name. Don't come around with funny, Dominic. Don't come around us funny. And some book he authored 50 years ago never sell a copy. And nobody remembers reading. That is all he had to his name. Dominic Gaskin went to university after he was finished being minister for his first degree. And I'm not knocking anybody for that. If you all watch our programs, you all know we say go at any age. Pick up the pace, come on, get busy living or busy dying. So congrats to him. He finally went. So don't come wrong as funny. If you had this high moral ethics, you know you weren't qualified for that job. So give me a break. Why did you take it? And you trying to tell us that you are more righteous than somebody else? Give me a break, Dominic. Give us a break. You know, when I think about Dominic Gaskin, you know what I think about? I think about what Shell Nazar Muhammad said about Birdness. That's why I think about him. Right? That is what I think about him. He was given an opportunity over people who were far more qualified than him, who had master's degree. Right? Maybe some potential. His father-in-law saw him, but all of that was dashed and quashed. Give us a break. You didn't want Guyanese citizenship. Take your British citizenship and stay out of our politics. Leave it to us. Give us a break, Dominic. You are a fake and a failure. That being said, good folk, I want to turn my attention to his new masters. Because you're a rigger up until you join them. And when you cross that Rubicon, this bless you. Go and sin no more. Go and sin no more. They are hypocrites. They are hypocrites. And this is the chief hypocrite of them all. Now, I heard this morning. I did good. And then I hear a cross talking in my ears. Me know it's earphone on live, you know. Earphone on a live. Crawl out the bed. We sent out, I was made to understand. Jack just send you out. Jack just say, you want to see we losing the indigenous vote? They ain't got no title deed over nobody in this country. People can vote whoever they want to vote for. Go to earphone was the instruction. I make it right. And earphone went on a live. Now when I saw earphone is live, you all know what I remember? You know what I remember? I remember earphone. They're bragging about APNU supporters gonna give blow with he because they left it APNU and they're coming for blow for he with he and so on and blow. Folks, let ring the bell. Let ring the bell one time. My God, folks, pull it back. So this morning when I hear earphone crying, I said, Duncan, somebody horn the hornaman. The hornaman crying. Somebody horn the hornaman. What goes wrong? Comes wrong. Crying this morning. Oh, you have to be back in. I'm begging you. And then the man got the gall, the temerity. The gall and the temerity. Everything else missing. Like with Dominic. Nothing else is there. Gall and temerity. That's all they got. In spades full. Please and thank you. The testicular fortitude is not there. When I hear the man start talking about, let's stay with progress. You know what APNU AFC said in 2020? Don't stop the progress. Huh? Then we say get Granger sometime. All of that. These thieves, dry and arid, same thing. They ain't got a creative bone in the body. They got to thief your slogans to influence your eye, you know. Let's stay with progress. I said the hornaman crying. Somebody horn the hornaman. Is horny getting horny, you know? And he balling out this money, can't take it. Because do sound like so. Somebody horny, man, take it in your tail. Irfan, take it in your tail. That's all I want to say. Take it. Like a man. Right? And get your rest. More to come. More to come. We can dig it up in you without grease. We can dig it up in you. Take it. You come out crying, oh, stay with me, oh. Let the progress continue. You're doing nonsense. Huh? Nonsense. Nonsense. You're going to work for every one of it. Oh, you think you're a rock back? Huh? You think you're a rock back, so you're getting thin? Blow in your skin. You can't take it here, fun. Blow in your skin. Somebody horny, man. You're crying. You're more to come. What goes wrong? God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. Listen to me. People of this great country of ours. We didn't make all the right decisions. Right? We had Dominic. You could imagine in one country, in one government, you had a Dominic and a guitar. Sweet Jesus, let me forgive Granger. You come make it. You come make it. Right? Gita's on the mind for no reason. She got hit, you know. She got something in it and she that says stab them in the back. Stab them in the back. I want the PPP to know. You got a Dominic and you got a guitar? Take them. Take them. Implosion. The fall is imminent. The fall is imminent. Take them. Take them. You got a Daniel Seram. He just like Dominic. He can't show what he do in Region 4 and Sandy for the last 5 years. Take them. You fall imminent. You're crying? Irfan? What goes wrong? Comes wrong. That's it, no confidence motion. You're watching in action. The horn man crying. What goes wrong? Balling this morning, you know. He can't take it. He's probably losing weight rapidly. Huh? He can't take it. Who's sharing the damn life tonight, folks? Who can smash that emoji button for us? Pace and power. So we got a couple of things, folks. We got a couple of things. I'm running out of time. Apparently, I'm running out of time. But you know what? A couple quick things. I'm gonna have a guest dropping by. I heard today from one of our social media programs over the weekend, Dr. David Hines explaining the hard nature of keeping coalitions together. Folks, this thing is difficult business in ordinary times. In ordinary times, coalition is difficult business, keeping them together. But Dr. David Hines was elucidating on some things we thought we had forgotten, you know. But what coalition tells us, according to Dr. Hines, is that we can work with the most formidable of enemies and foes if we have a common purpose. And that common purpose, you see, is removing the cup. Please and thank you, because the fall of the PPP is imminent. That's what I want to share with you all tonight before we change gears a little bit and we bring on our guest. That is what I want to share with you all. Here is Dr. David Hines on that very note. Take a look and take a listen. The Hornerman crying tonight.
Opposition leader Aubrey Norton is of the view that the nation would have been better served if there was a coalition of all opposition forces.
One of the preconditions for coalition in our circumstances has to be an understanding of the historical moment, what the moment demands. And I think the present moment, from our perspective, demands as a first step to rescuing the country as we move into a petrol state, is the removal of the PPP as a single party governing the affairs of our country. They are really taking Guyana down a path that we would have great difficulty recovering from if they were to be given another 5 years.
That was Dr. David Hines. He was on a panel featuring leader of the Alliance to Change NICHAC Youth and opposition leader Aubrey Norton. Dr. Hines still holds the view that the major parties continue to dominate the political landscape.
The elite political culture in this country is driven by big party. We hear the terms we use: a big party, small parties, minor parties. And we've become trapped with that nomenclature, which itself has become culture. And that even among the small parties, there are big parties among the small parties, and so on. And what we have here is a situation where the PNC is considered the big party, acts like a big party. The AFC considers itself the second big party. It's like a second big party. And then the rest of us are incidental.
He said that today there is a move to impose on the society the notion of consensus. But the society hasn't embraced consensus, he said.
I feel for the AFC, which has been introducing the notion of consensus on a political culture that doesn't work based on consensus. It works on big parties and small parties. That is why my party, from very early, conceded, look, the PNC is considered a big party. They should have the number one candidate, meaning the presidential candidate.
The AFC, in its negotiations with the Partnership for National Unity, had made the issue of consensus candidate a precondition for any alliance.
Yeah, we're running out of time, folks. We're running out of time tonight. But I want you guys to hear another aspect of coalition politics and why it is so important. And this very a good show we had over the weekend on Caribbean Tea, this whole exploration of coalition politics, some of the setbacks we've had quite recently. But folks, we got the new coalition, forward ever, backward never, and that is where we're going. On the other side of that, I want to talk with a guest tonight. He's a great friend of mine, my brother from another mother, and MP Ricky Dionarine. He has a scoop on some stuff happening at GPL, how they're trying to sell we out. Right? It's the rollout. This cross Dominic to distract today while they're doing the foolishness like what's happening at GCOM. And we have Ricky is going to talk with us just after we listen to some more on what transpired over the weekend. Mr. Norton and sitting down with Nigel Hughes of the AFC, sitting down with Dr. David Hines and others, and ruminating on coalition politics and pointing a way forward for us. So take a look, folks, and take a listen.
Aubrey Norton is of the view that the nation would have been better served if there was a coalition of all opposition forces.
One of the preconditions for coalition in our circumstances has to be an understanding of the historical moment, what the moment demands. And I think the present moment, from our perspective, demands as a first step to rescuing the country as we move into a petro state, is the removal of the PPP as a single party governing the affairs of our country. They are really taking Guyana down a path that we would have great difficulty recovering from if they were to be given another 5 years.
That was Dr. David Hines. He was on a panel featuring leader of the Alliance to Change, Nigel Hughes, and opposition leader Aubrey Norton. Dr. Hines still holds the view that the major parties continue to dominate the political landscape.
The elite political culture in this country is driven by big party. We hear the terms we use: a big party, small parties, minor parties. And we've become trapped with that nomenclature, which itself has become culture. And that even among the small parties, there are big parties among the small parties, and so on. And what we have here is a situation where the PNC is considered the big party, acts like a big party. The AFC considers itself the second big party. It's like a second big party. And then the rest of us are incidental.
He said that today there is a move to impose on the society the notion of consensus. But the society hasn't embraced consensus, he said.
I feel for the AFC, which has been introducing the notion of consensus on a political culture that doesn't work based on consensus. It works on big parties and small parties. That is why my party, from very early, conceded, look, the PNC is considered a big party. They should have the number one candidate, meaning the presidential candidate.
The AFC, in its negotiations with the Partnership for National Unity, had made the issue of consensus candidate a precondition for any alliance.
welcome back, and we have Ricky with us. MP Ricky Dunarine Ramsrup is on with us tonight, and we're talking a couple of things about the Guyana Power Company, GPL. This is an administration that we have. You don't always get the full details out of them. You don't get no information out of them. And so lots of the information you get is what you have to do research for yourself, or you have some whistleblowers who don't like what's happening. They're going to share the foolishness, the nonsense that's happening within different state entities. And GPL is one of those entities we have had a perennial problem with. Ricky, I note, number one, let's start here. I know they have said quite recently they are not going to be resigning the power ships until after the election. So this is one area they're not spending billions in. And that's only because the shame, really and truly, and it will be a confession, really, that the gas to shore has not worked, is not working, even though it was promised. So let's start there, and then we talk about some of the other mechanisms happening at GCAP.
Yeah, Sharad, I mean, we know that GPL, the first thing that they did, they could have control the power outage, and they're blaming from all sort of things. They blame it on the birds, they blame it on the weather conditions, the hurricane, they blame it on us. And
correct.
Except that they didn't try to maintain and manage the system properly.
Correct.
And then they went ahead and purchased 17 generators, second-hand generator.
Yeah, Honduras, I think.
Yes, which those generators.
Second-hand PVP.
Yes, which those generators, the money that is spent for those generators could buy brand new generator. Because when we were in government, we spent money on brand new generators with a system to maintain and manage.
Of course.
The power ship that they brought in here now, that was supposed to take off the to ease the blackouts, makes it worse. And then the amount of money that they're spending is not fully declared of what they're paying the power ship. That is always a major concern that we have.
Yeah. Yeah, Ricky, have they made GPL great again? The promise to make sugar great again, the promise to make GPL great again. Have they done that? Because the other aspect of our discussion does not seem to suggest that they've made GPL great again.
I don't know what is. You see, Sharon. The problem what they're getting is that when they try to strike shady deals, unprofessional and incompetent people to power. You understand? It's the same thing with Gaisuku, as you mentioned, is because they are putting their friends into managing this resource. So you're not going to have the results that you expected or what you want. You understand? So it's the same thing with the GPL here, and that's why the issues came up. Now, if we can go into it, we have learned, as you said, a lot of whistleblowers and people are upset. And people are very much concerned about the job. Because if you notice in Parliament, I think it was the last sitting, that there were some hints of the government selling out the power company. Right? Allegedly so. But I've seen reports, person sent to us proposal from a company called InterEnergy. Right?
Wow. Things so nice is selling out.
Yeah. So InterEnergy is a company that, if you look back at Starbrick News, on June 11th, 2025, it reads that, which was by the Dominican Republic, companies still on the table. That was noted by the ambassador, Ernesto Torres.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's the same company that they're talking about. So there was a draft proposal that was tabled, and it had two phases inside. So phase one is like a 12-month period, and the other phase is like a 10 years period. Right? So the report so the phase for the 12 months encompasses like the management, the generation, assessment of what is really going on. The phase two, which is a full scope transmission of the power, meaning that they will control the whole power generations. Guys from the PPID, which is the Power Producers Distribution Inc., are in jeopardy.
PPDI.
So therefore they are in concern. So you can understand that those guys. But I wanted to say, and I will say that the last year, let me just go through the issues and what was sent to us. Because phase 2, as I said, is a review. But Sherrod, when I dig deep, I dig deep.
Yeah.
I dig into an article in Dominica today, they called Dominica Today, February 2013. Right? So, mind you me, the Inter-Energy company that sent the proposal here to take over GPL operations. Right?
That was reported in the Dominica papers?
It was so when we dig about the company, because I was investigating the company. So when we dig into Dominica today, the CEO, the chairman and CEO of Inter-Energy, which is a company that sent in the proposal to take over GPL, the government is pushing towards, and people in the PPID and other GPL senior staff are reluctant to give to the president a report or the proposal feedback at that point, because they are fearful of losing their job.
Yeah.
People are forced now to prepare that. So here was the article says, right? Here's the headlines. Official senior power company executive faces fraud charges.
Wow.
Filed by the Dominica Anti-Corruption Alliance, ADOCO. We wish we had something like that here.
Yeah.
That agency filed the charges, right? So charges were filed against current and former executive. And one of the name, as I just mentioned, who is the chairman and CEO of Inter-Energy, his name is Ronaldo Gonzalez Bunster. He was one of the persons that fraud charges were filed against in Dominica by the anti-corruption.
Yeah, that sounds in keeping with the company that the PP keeps. That sounds very much in keeping with that kind of narrative. But Ricky, what should Guyanese take away from this kind of arrangement? This friend, family, favorites, these kinds of deals that lack transparency, that lack oversight. You remember, Ricky, in the early, we had asked for instance, the contract for Sputnik. You remember that? From the Shady Sheikh, Dalmul Al Maktoum. You remember that? We never got it.
Yep.
We never got it to know how much we were paying for Sputnik and paying for the other one, right? But this is the kind of company that they keep. Everything is always shrouded in secrecy because they don't want you to see how they get the cutbacks and the kick forwards.
Absolutely. And Sherrod, you have mentioned in the last parliament in your debate about the EID. Remember
the EID
that had no procurement system in place, but the contract was given, payments were made without anything started. So,
and we don't know what has become of that.
And Guyanese people, as you're asking the question, the Guyanese people will have to vote for the APNU to restore all these democracy, to restabilize the country, to remove corruption, to restabilize the power of our country.
Yeah, and I know, Ricky, we could admit, look, we didn't do everything right, but we got a couple of things right. We didn't come close, if at all, to the level of corruption you're seeing under this government. People are happy to see them go. The police force falling apart. You name anything going right in this country. Sugar going down. The rice, perhaps the one thing we're producing in surplus, they can't even capitalize on that. They cannot even capitalize on rice production. And then, as we said, all of these shady contracts. Look what's happening with the Heroes Highway falling apart. A big crater, the road collapsed. A part of the road collapsed recently. Look what's happening in the GDF with the down chopper. 5 dead. We can't get a report yet, Ricky. And it goes on and on and on. This is the people. This is nature, the beast, the PPP.
We have a chaotic management and governance of our state. That is what we have. And we have the abundance of resource money and the money to manage it, and they are abusing it. And therefore, the amount of shady contracts and shady business is why you're not going to have the quality of roads, the quality of power supply, the quality of information dissemination, the restriction of information dissemination, all sort of things is coming down the line. And you're absolutely correct, Sherrod. I mean, this is what we are faced with. And so therefore, I wanted to rest assured, I want the people and the PPID and the GPL to rest assured that when the APNU get back to government, that we are not going to be selling the company. Rather, we will
Look,
sustainably.
look, we talk about friends, family, favorites in the contracts, but you know, the APNO AFC, the last government that brought a qualified gentleman from Jamaica to manage this company, qualified in that area to manage this company. The same man the PPP fired from the last administration, they brought back Dindial. Unfortunately or fortunately, he had to leave. We wish him the best of health. And then Nandlal bring brother. They bring Nandlal brother. Kesh Nandlal, friends, family, and favorites. What do you tell the Guyanese people, Ricky, as we head into these consequential elections, September 1, 2025?
Sharad, you're absolutely right. We will ensure that we professionalize back these sectors, including the police force, which is the security. I see the president talking about if you're going to vote for Team Mohammed, it's like you're going to be voting for security risk. You understand me? Those are the
He's a security risk. He's a security risk.
Absolutely.
Big security risk.
Absolutely.
Right? We can go on and on with the false promises. Go right ahead, Ricky.
Yeah. So to my brothers and sisters in Guyana, September 1st, you have to vote for the APNU, a coalition of power. We have a team of young professional people ready to serve. We have persons who are anti-corrupt. We have persons who you can rely on. We have people who are ready to walk the drains, who are willing to walk the drains with you, who are listening to you. We have persons who grew up like you.
And that's really passionate. Correct. That is us, Ricky. That's us. Yeah.
We ain't going to dress with fancy clothes and fancy tie and tell you exactly that, okay, well, you should do this, we're going to do that, and I do that. We live that. We went through the era. We will make it better because we know what's the issues, we know what is the problem.
Yeah. This kind of description is the PPP, and there's so much wrong that they have done. It's not a little bit. It's enough. It's plenty. You can talk about the promises to make, as we said, sugar great again. Now they're telling you, and they told us when we were there, we didn't know about sugar. But now they're carrying sugar into cassava and soya and crab and all kinds of things. It can't be Gaisuku anymore. They promised the fishermen the 50 licenses from Santoki. You remember that, Ricky?
Yes.
70% Santoki. Where are we on those promises? So don't let it come wrong with funny. Your final thoughts as we wrap up, MP.
Yeah, no, so you're absolutely correct, Sharad. We have seen the failures and the waste of our natural resources, our monies that we have. Guyana is in a path of the Dutch disease that we are trying to avoid. When we get back to government, there's so many work that we have to do, Sharad. We have to revitalize a lot of these sectors.
Yeah.
All the sectors, non-oil sectors, are on the decline. It is terrible. Now they are sharing.
And this is based on their own reporting.
And on your
we have their report and the year financial report, their own reporting.
Yep. So I will be joining you again on your fight card for the Friday on the EITI. I've discussed.
Excellent. I'm happy you said it. I have to invite you back.
Some information.
Thank you so much.
No, but we got to keep this is really sickening what's going on in our country, Sharon, and we have to really be vigilant of what's happening there. And we have a short way to go, but we are going to highlight all the issues as we go along.
Thank you so much. Ricky, thank you for your time today. Thanks for responding on such short notice to come and to give us the scoop on what you've been hearing concerning the GPL. We deserve reliable power. We get promise, over promise. Everything is gas assured, and cheap electricity. We're supposed to get electricity right now at half price. But just like the promises of PPP, we're still waiting. Thank you so much, MP. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you so much. So that's going to do it for us this evening, folks. That's going to do it for us this evening. That's a time. That's a program. Share the damn live. Smash the emoji button. Partner with us and let me go down the road. Clean your boots. Please and thank you. Clean your boots. Check your name on the list. Get your ID card. Tell a name. Make a plan. Make a plan, folks, to be there on July 6th for the campaign launch of the Square Day Revolution. Make a plan to be with us on July 14th. For nomination day, please and thank you. Pace and power. Make a plan, folks. We got to remove the cup. The cup got to go.
We ready, time to remove the
Guyana, this is it, the launch of the APNU Coalition campaign on Sunday, July 6 on the Square of the Revolution from 4 p.m. Come meet our candidates. Come out and hear about our people-centered development strategy that puts people first. Come hear from our Prime Ministerial candidate, Jurita Fernandez, our presidential candidate, Aubrey C. Norton, and others. On Sunday, July 6 from 4 p.m., the Square of the Revolution will vibrate with a people-powered campaign. APNU, putting people first.
We ready, time to remove the I'm feeling it now.
Ready. That's going to do it for us, folks. That's our time. That's our program. Thanks for joining us, Siobhan, Alison, Leonard, Diane, Jacqueline, Paulette. Thank you so much, Avril and Wenda. Good to have you. Joy Dachshund is on the live. That's our time, folks. That's our program. Mandy, Siobhan, all the other folks. Alison, we ready to remove the cup? We ready. As you go, folks, I pray one more time for you. All ready? We ready to move the cup. Ready to remove the cup.
We ready, time to remove the
Guyana, this is it, the launch of the APNU Coalition campaign on Sunday, July 6 on the Square of the Revolution from 4 p.m. Come meet our candidates. Come out and hear about our people-centered development strategy that puts people first. Come hear from our Prime Ministerial candidate, Jurita Fernandez, our presidential candidate, Aubrey C. Norton, and others. On Sunday, July 6 from 4 p.m., the Square of the Revolution will vibrate with a people-powered campaign. APNU, putting people first.
We ready, time to remove the I'm feeling it now.